Hey everyone, this is Avinash. I'm back with another video. In this video, let's discuss about few shot prompting. The previous one is about zero shot prompting, and right now we're discussing few shot prompting. And what is few shot prompting? Simple. Whenever you go to ChatGPT and ask a question without giving any specific context or any examples to learn and get the context from, that's zero shot prompting. But whenever you give that, you give little more context by giving examples of the relevant answers you actually need, right? That could be few shot prompting. Few shot prompting is nothing but you giving few examples relevant to your output would be few shot prompting. As simple as that. Let's explain this. Let's understand this. In summary, few shot prompting allows AI to learn from a small number of examples and apply that particular knowledge to solve new problems, making it more efficient and versatile in various situations. Let's first understand it with few examples. I have few examples written over here. So here, if you see LinkedIn hooks, if you're a content creator on LinkedIn and you want some good hooks, and you have like 4 hooks that already worked, in the previous 2 months or 3 months. So now, instead of asking a LinkedIn hook for any LinkedIn hook format for my LinkedIn, what I would do is I would just give few LinkedIn hooks as basically as an input, and then ask it to get me an output, right? Like LinkedIn hooks, like 3 things that no more dash give you dash, and I'm giving you 4 LinkedIn hooks. I'm giving that ChatGPT 4 LinkedIn hooks so that it will understand what worked for me in the past. And then I asked it, using the above LinkedIn hooks, write me 3 more scroll stopping hook templates. And absolutely first, now it is just like giving me few templates. On top of it, it even gave us some examples. The hook, or not even examples, it even gave a little kind of utilization technique that one need to understand. Like utilization. This hook plays on readers' curiosity by promising them access to the insights or secrets. Choose a metric or outcome that is especially relevant or desired in your industry or niche, and specify a compiling perhaps or whatever. Unlocking secrets to dash, and how I boosted dash by dash % in just dash days. So this is a template, and I feel this is actually a great template, being a marketer myself, and it is giving me where I should use that particular hook. And you see here also the unspoken rule dash that nobody talks about, but everyone should be using it in dash, right? The unspoken rule of marketing that nobody talks, but everyone should be using in the marketing. Creating area of exclusivity and inside knowledge can be especially tantalizing. So yeah, so these are the 3 hooks. So this is an example. Or else, if you just give them this without any context about your things, it would not give us any good. It would give you, but it might not give the best of best that is relevant to you. It is generally giving what is a pain relief hook, the problem. It's just giving us entire content that one need to understand and write, not the exact hook, achievement hook. Yeah. Specific days ago, I was in a negative situation. Today, I positive outcome, discover my journey, blah blah blah. So this is good, but is it specific? No. That giving ChatGPT few examples on the required output needed is nothing but few shot prompt. And for business owners, I could give them another example. So what I'm doing is, as a business owner, I know my metrics of doing business, right? So I will literally go and just give a prompt something like this. Instructions. Based on the previous provided data, offer a brief interpretation of the captures the potential implications or insights for the business. Use the examples as a guide to understand the format and the depth of interpretation needed here. Context is, business owner often receive a raw data and need to interpret its significance to make an informed decisions, blah blah blah. Parameters are like, use concise and clear language, ensure the interpretation is relevant to the data provided, and offers actionable insights. Example here is, so So data to interpret, we're giving at the end. But here, example data. Website traffic increased by 20% in March compared to February, but sales decreased 5%. The interpretation here would be, while more visits came to the website in March, it did not translate to increased sales, indicating a potential issue with conversions. That's the example of a data analyst analyzing stuff like that, or as a business owner. So I give you one example, and then the data here is the company's social media engagement rate dropped by 10% in April, but the number of followers increased by 15%. So now, what interpretation by ChatGPT here is, although the company successfully attracted more followers in April, the decrease in social media engagement suggests that content may not be effectively resonating with or involving the audience. The divergence between the follower growth and engagement indicates a need to resist the content strategy to better connect with and activate the growing user base. You see how cool is that? And that is the reason why giving a bit of context, is always good in terms of examples. And you might be thinking, maybe, man, I would get almost the same example if I just give this as it is to ChatGPT. Yes, but the goal here is to show you an example on how few shot prompting should be used. So if you feel, what I would suggest is, it's very simple. First, start your journey with zero shot prompting. If you're not satisfied with zero shot prompting for any of your techniques, you see that ChatGPT is very basic, ChatGPT is not able to give anything, blah, 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 then enter few shot prompting. So I feel 10% of the entire prompts you could use, entire instructions or whatever the usage can be done with zero shot prompting, and 10 more percentage might need few shot prompting, where you need to give few examples. So this is about few shot prompting, and let's now discuss little kind of limitations of few shot prompting technique. The first one is inconsistent. Few shot prompting can sometimes produce inconsistent or unpredictable results. Number one, to remember, sensitive to prompts. The performance of few shot prompting is highly dependent on the quality of the format of the prompts and the examples that you give inside your prompts. So you need to be very well crafting, because examples are everything. Whenever you are giving examples, ChatGPT is not looking at examples in its database. It's just it's very well dependent on your instructions, because it is seeing examples. It will kind of don't go overdo the research by searching in its database. So kind of most probably your prompt should be very perfect when it comes to few shot prompting. It can be sometimes confabulation, which means there's a risk that model might generate plausible sounding and incorrect or fabricated information. Like sometimes what happens is, ChatGPT know the right answer, but your instruction is a little confusing to ChatGPT, so that is the reason it's not able to connect the dots, and it will give you the confusing answers that might sometimes sound robotic. So whenever sometimes your few shot prompting is sounding robotic, you should go check with your examples you gave, and lack of fine-grained control. Few shot prompting doesn't offer as much control over the model's output as other techniques like fine-tuning or chain of thought, tree of thought, which we're going to discuss. So that is one thing. Lack of controlness might also be a little bit of trouble for in few shot prompting. And use cases of few shot prompting would be programming assistance. And few shot prompting doesn't only be applied for, say, ChatGPT. Any AI model, you could use this few shot prompting. Programming assistance. When developers present ChatGPT with a specific coding challenges and accompanying snippets, AI can discern the context. It offers them not just the debugging tips, but also suggests for code optimization tailored to programming language or frameworks at hand. It can also, like zero shot prompting, now you could literally do some medical diagnosis assistance if you are a doctor, and you can do the market analysis and predictions. You could literally do the literary analysis and advanced stimulation modeling. Scientists and engineers, by inputting specific parameters of a complex stimulations and desired outputs, can leverage ChatGPT's analytical power. Prowess. The AI then suggests modification or improvements, ensuring the stimulation model aligned better with real world scenarios. This actually works very good for scientists. Scientists oftentimes deal with very complex stuff, right? So whenever, instead of asking one answer, giving some context by different examples will set tone for ChatGPT to understand the context a little better, in a little better way. And I feel few shot prompting will be a savior for scientists, and even programmers. You could use few shot prompting by giving few examples of the code expectations you have and the kind of bugs you usually see from the code. Imagine, just say you given a code, right? So you don't know what is a problem, but you know what kind of bugs you faced in the last 2 months whenever you're conducting the whole app development journey. So instead of keeping ChatGPT at a spot and asking, hey, do the debugging, most of the times it would do, but imagine it's a complex situation. In that case scenario, hey, this is the code and these are the kind of bugs or the problems that I usually face or my team usually face while building this. These are the kind of bugs that we usually face. You give 3 examples or 4 examples and ChatGPT would do better debugging in a better optimized and faster way than when you do a zero-shot prompt. That's it. Zero-shot prompting is just 1 line or 2-line prompt. Few-shot prompting is giving examples, 3 to 4 examples or 2 to 3 examples, and then asking what you want. That's it. So that's the difference between zero-shot and few-shot. And that's it for this video, guys. See you in the next one. Thank you.